So anyway, billing's going pretty easy, bro. Pretty easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Take your shirt off, show the titties. So we had this dude interview, dude. And this fucking dude, he had a pretty good resume. He'd been doing what we need him to be doing for warehouse for fucking like 20 years. He'd been at each spot multiple years. And the last place he was at for fucking like 12 years. He seemed like he had his shit together. I'm sure he was good. He's got experience dragging trailers around. That's really good. There's one problem though. He talked himself right out of a job. I so badly, so many times during the interview, wanted to be like, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to help guide you back to the question. Like, I mean, I just don't want you to torpedo yourself. Don't mean to interrupt you, but because this is entertaining for me on a personal level, because I feel every fucking syllable of this. I feel it. I've been there. Oh, do I feel it? I got a tattoo on me that shows that displays a memory, links me straight to a memory, just like everything you're saying. And I know you got more. 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 But you need to stop. You've probably already talked yourself out of a job. But you have skills that we need. So please. I didn't. I said none of that. I just sat there kind of in amazement, just watching like, God damn. Because before the interview, I got pulled into one of the last interview. It's not nice to laugh. Dude seems cool as shit. I bet he's got a fuckload of stories. And I'm the guy that likes hearing stories. Cool stories. And I'm telling you a cool story right now. So he was asked, describe, just generally what tasks you have to accomplish in a general work day. Simple question. Softball of a question. Fuck, I'm gonna sit right here. Damn, I could have been all the way through that intersection before it turned red. So run me through, your responsibilities in a general work day. And he was like, all right, so I get there, I make sure everything's set up for my guys before they start, and if the manager's not there, I'm gonna have to start doing his stuff to make sure everything runs smoothly, because if the manager stuff doesn't get started, then we can't get started. So I'd always get there early, and I'd get out there, and if the doors needed some trailers, I'd move all the trailers, back up the trailers to the doors so we could get them unloaded. Actually loaded, I think, would be that time of day, but it doesn't matter. No, 2 a.m. It doesn't matter. It's not my job, not me. It's not me. He saw him moving the trailers in, and then he said some other stuff, and he's like, and usually by this time the managers would bother showing up. They were supposed to be there hours ago. So I'd go up and tell them, hey man, I did this, and this, or whatever, so they could take over, because the stuff they're supposed to be doing, and there's a lot more they're supposed to do. But they'd be like, cool, good job, keep doing that. And then they'd fucking go sit in their office and make me do all their work. And I just kept doing it. I just kept doing their work. And these fucking managers, I don't know if he said fucking managers, but he dropped several F-bombs for sure, which naturally I'm a fan of. But one of the 2 managers in there is a screamy, squirmy worm, and he doesn't like that shit at all. And in fact, during the debrief at the end when we were talking about it, he pointed out you dropped several F-bombs. But anyway, yeah, this dude just talked about how the managers are fucking lazy and they keep changing shit. And when new people would come in from, like, this dude came in from FedEx to work there, and he wanted to do things FedEx way, and all it did was cause problems because the dock wasn't set up that way, and the trailer flow doesn't run that way. So all it did was make things worse. And then he just went on. I can't remember everything he said. He talked for a good 5 minutes, and only about 5 or 10 sentences of it were actually an answer to the question. The other literally 150 sentences were pretty much just him bitching about his manager and bitching about his manager's manager and corporate. And dude, bro, man, dude. So yeah, he totally talked himself out of a job. Now, when I say that, I'm talking from the perspective of the manager and the assistant manager that were there. I am a lowly peon. I would have fucking hired him. But it was just a geyser of red flags. And it was like, man, shut up, man. I get it. I've been there. I've fucking been there. These other two guys have had some shit, you know, some things go on in the past. But I'm comfortable in saying they have not experienced the fucking gaslighting and bullshit and abuse that I've experienced. They have not. If they have, they've never said a goddamn word about it. And they sure did judge this guy on how he was talking about it. But I had made a comment before the interview to the manager, not the assistant manager, the manager, and I told him, like, hey man, I hope I didn't sound like whatever you're talking about when I talked to Willie, because I was coming out of a really, really bad spot. Not quite that bad, but absolutely bad. But yeah, what had been alluded to as far as his venting about the previous job, it was like just a pebble of what came out. It was like, God damn, dude. And I guess what I got to witness was way deeper than what he witnessed in the what's it called, in the his interview. God, this is so smooth. I love when there's concrete on the sides. God, it goes smooth. Everyone just very nicely gets everybody in there. So nice. Like 4 people ran the red light behind me, by the way. That was pretty fun to watch in my rear view. Yeah, dude. That was wild. I actually texted him and I was like, hey man, I texted him today. I was like, I was there for that interview and I just wanted to reach out. And I told him I've had some horrible jobs. My previous job was a shit show. Not as bad as XPO was. I've heard stories. But I was like, please, next time you do interviews, you gotta keep that shit on the down low, because like, you can mention it was rough, but don't say all that, dude. Yeah, man. It was pretty wild to watch. We're pretty caught up on billing, though. I freaked out in the middle of the day today because I fucking was like, I got pulled off like 5 times to go do warehouse shit, and I come back and no idea where the fuck I left off. And I'm gonna have to write down what the fuck I'm doing. Because I realized, shit, when you push from one system to the other system, the one system automatically marks it like it's done. So if I push it from system A to system B, and I'm getting ready to go into system B and I get pulled off, and then I come back and that system B times out, well, I don't know where I am at that point. And I went back and I found a couple that I'd done that on, and I finished them out and build them. But I don't know what else there is. Actually, I found 3. I found 3 that I hadn't built. So yeah. So I went and talked to one of the guys that, like, is there any way to check this, cross-reference this to this? And he's like, why? And I told him why, and he's like, just open this system B up where it inputs, where the shit shows up. You can just look in there. Anything that's in there is shit that's either A, got abandoned, or B, you need to finish. And he's right, that's true. I can just look in there. So I might actually clear that shit out. Because arguably, if there's shit in there that's not going to be processed, it doesn't need to be there. And if it ever comes up again, I will take it, I will deal with that and just punch it in my hand. Because punching it in my hand, it doesn't take long. As long as there's not like more than 5 items. And even with 5, well, fuck. 5 items would kind of suck, I guess. But even still, it's not bad. And it would be better, it would be nice to have just a clear fucking runway. Real fucking nice, that's what I'm saying. But even still, even without it cleared off, the work order numbers we're on are in the same neighborhood, really. So it's pretty easy to look and see, well, this starts with a 1, first of all, so that's old. So it'll be all right. I just hadn't considered that, and I hadn't, but now that I know to look for it, it should be all right. There's some people bitching about the guy that did it before me, but that's not fair, because the guy that did it before me, he just kind of got thrown into it and fucking, he didn't even, that wasn't really his ambition in life. He came in to fucking, take the creative eye to fucking help us with inventory issues. And I'm sure he noticed the same thing we all noticed. Just kind of looked around like, wow, this is kind of a fucking mishmash shit show, isn't it? I guess it is. So happy with this beat. I need to make more beats.